Hello, everybody. I am back again with another YouTube video, and it's been a minute since I've talked about Nintendo. I feel like it's been a minute since I've talked about what is Nintendo doing, how are they doing, and I feel like they've rebounded since I've last talked about them a little bit. I have been enjoying Tomodachi Living the Dream a lot. Probably my favorite video game of this year. I think it's fantastic. I own the original copy on the 3DS, and I was a big fan of the original Tomodachi. I guess it's not technically not the original because the original came out on the DS, but that was exclusive to Japan. I feel like a lot of people know that already. But yeah, I own the Tomodachi Life on the 3DS. And I was a big fan of that game as well. I would at least racked up 100 plus hours on that game, if not plenty more. Big fan of that game. Now, interesting to talk about that, though, because I really felt like there was one game that I loved a lot more than Tomodachi Life, and that was Animal Crossing New Leaf, which is my favorite video game of all time. Now, seeing Tomodachi Life come out relatively similar time frame of when New Leaf came out, the games felt pretty similar to me in a way. Now, at least at the time, looking back in retrospect, I'm like, oh, those were very different games, very different things to do in those games, and it's very much appreciated that they're different. That definitely, I believe, have to share some things in common with each other. But regardless, we have the new Tomodachi Life Living the Dream game, which can also kind of take away from the new Animal Crossing game in a way. People have been comparing in certain ways because of the customability. Now, the customability, that is a hard word to say, but the customability in Animal Crossing New Horizons is some of the most for the Animal Crossing series ever. You can place furniture anywhere. You can do a bunch of things. The customization options are almost endless. And the same is to be said with the brand new Tomodachi Life game. However, I think it fits the Tomodachi Life game just a little bit more, and maybe there's even just a little bit more customization with the Tomodachi Life that I think makes this better. Makes it better than Animal Crossing New Horizons. So I would say New Leaf won round one, but round two is going to Tomodachi Life. And I think just the customization, I think it's really interesting. Whereas the life simulation works better in Animal Crossing and was done better in New Leaf, the customization works better for the Miis and the Mii characters and works better in the brand new Tomodachi Life game. I would say that is my comparison, and I've been really enjoying the game. That being said, there's definitely some nitpicking that can be done, and I know I'm not the only person to nitpick the brand new Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. I wouldn't say anything major though. I honestly don't think it's major things. I think more gifts could definitely be added. I would say more prezzies for the Miis should definitely be a thing. As far as I don't want to say gameplay is repetitive, because I think it's only repetitive if you rack up a bunch of hours in the game, which is something that I have been doing. I have been racking up a bunch of hours in the game, so I think slight repetitiveness is to be expected. But there's definitely times in this game where it feels a bit incomplete. And I don't know if it feels rushed in a way. I don't know if it's silly for me to say that this game feels rushed and there's things missing. But yeah, there was a lot of features in the Tomodachi Life on the 3DS that is missing from this one, and it just feels like I don't aside from the customization, which, like I said, is into this game's benefit, which is near endless customization opportunities. Um, it lacks in what is missing from the OG game, which is like a lot more things to do, which is weird to say because the customization obviously trumps that. You'll never find a game that has more customization options than this brand new Tomodachi Life game. That being said, though, there's not a whole lot of things to do, question mark, or at least have the Mii's do. I think that's important. I think the Mii's should be able to do more. And maybe that's just me being too greedy. Maybe that's me just being too unhappy all the time. I think the me should be able to do more things. Um, but also make sure to know that there's a line. There's a line. And you don't want the Mii's to be too realistic. You don't want this to be The Sims. You don't want it to be The Sims. You want to make sure this Tomodachi Life game is different than The Sims. And I think there's definitely good good differences between the two. But at the same time, I think it'd be cool if the Mii's were able to do more. I think vehicles would be cool. Maybe that's too crazy. Like cars probably wouldn't make sense and stuff like that. And the island's already kind of like tight frame as is, but like maybe bicycles. I've seen like skateboards mentioned and stuff like that. I think bikes would be cool and probably make sense. I think more things to customize the island too would be good. And obviously it's not going to be I wonder too if they limited it. I wonder if they limited it on purpose cuz they were like, "Oh, we don't want this to be like the new Animal Crossing game, which interestingly enough both take place on an island, just saying. So, yeah, I don't know if that's why they restricted. It feels restricted. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. It feels like there should be more items and things you can put on your island, more buildings and things like that should be put on your island. There's got to be at least one that comes in a future update. I would be shocked if there's not at least one item or one tower, whatever, one more interactable building that should be on the island. At least one more is coming on the way. There's no way. And I don't know. I think things like more sports related things would be cool. I know there was like tennis in the OG game. I'm getting carried away. I'm getting a little bit carried away. There's a lot. There's a lot. I think what I thought would be really cool would be like, and something that should totally be possible is statues. I think there should be statues, buildable statues in the game. Now, here's the thing too. Technically you can add your own buildings and create whatever you want to create. Sure. Sure. But the interactions from the Mii's aren't super appealing to me. I think there should be more interactable buildings, more interactable, whether it be with cutscenes, whatever. I think that's important. And I think statues would be cool. I think you just imagine having renders of your Mii. The Mii's are already rendered in the game. So why can't you like build a statue for the Mii and like, let's say you painted it a different color or something like that. Now, technically, I guess you could make like a bust or something with like the Mii stamps. Technically, even though it wouldn't be like 3D and stuff like that. But that's something I want to mention too is that the Mii stamps are a little bit restrictive. Like if this was a 3DS game like 10 years ago, they would have had the Mii's posed in different positions. Like give the stamps more free will, because not all of us are artists out here. Sometimes a lot of us have to rely on the stamps to make it more plausible what we're building and what we're making. So I think the Mii should be able to be posed in different positions. You already can pose them in the photo mode and stuff like that. Like this is already stuff that's in the game, but it's technically like just make it into stamps, like I don't know, just make it into stamps because it's like it'd be easier. I'd be so easier to you kind of just get their neutral poses in the game, like them looking forward and not even the full body, not even the full me body, which I find very interesting. And like expressions too, like the expressions are already there in the photo mode as well. Just translate that to stamps, and I think you get a lot of crazier, cooler creations in the game, which is like a lot of the game is fueled on what you can create, but like give some more to our palette for those who aren't necessarily artists, like people like me. And I would say probably the majority of people playing the game probably aren't like extreme detailed artists. So I think to adhere to that, I think it's super important to add more stamp flexibility. And something too, I kind of mentioned this in the Mario Kart video that I made, but amiibo functionality is kind of dying or dead, or has been dead for a minute now. I think you could totally add amiibo functionality to this game. And imagine like amiibo stamps, like, oh, I just scanned Mario, here's Mario items as a stamp. Or even just like Mario clothing, like, or Mario anything, like I think that'd be super dope. And obviously, a lot of people are making Mario characters in their island or themed characters in their island. Imagine having an amiibo that goes directly with the themed character, and you can, customize the character more to your liking based on, oh, I just got this items from this amiibo, blah, blah, blah. I think that'd be super, super smart, super duper smart. But at the same time, there is like the joy in having to make things your own. I get that. But I think there's totally something that can be done with amiibos. That's something I want to mention too real quick. I'm like sidetracking like crazy. But the quirks, I feel like there should be a lot more quirks. I feel like we got like 1/5 of the amount of quirks that should be in the real game. Maybe I'm just crazy and kooky for thinking that. But I also don't think that's extremely hard to implement. Like, maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Obviously, some quirks are a lot more detailed than others. But quirks really can separate the Miis. That and Prezzies, which I kind of glanced over earlier. But more of that. More of that, I think, is needed to differentiate the Miis even further. Give them more things to do. Give them more presence. Give them more instruments, more hobbies, more hobby-based things, I think is super important. And crap, I forget what I was saying. Whew. Man. Yeah, more presents are needed and more quirks. Like, you're telling me, that's the thing too, is a lot of those quirks are kind of similar to each other already. So it's like, you're telling me there's no way we can make these different from each other or just be even goofier with it. I think that's something that totally needs to be in a future update. Or DLC, something. I don't think paid DLC should exist in this game at all. But man, it's probably going to come at one point, which is a little bit disheartening. If there's any paid DLC that's coming to the game that I think would maybe be justified is the ability to expand the island or add more Miis to the island. I think that would maybe warrant some DLC and stuff like that. Or if they offer like an insane new mode or something. But other than that, I don't think paid DLC is warranted. I think there's some base features missing from the game, and that shouldn't be turned into paid DLC. That's something that should be provided in free updates. And you know, I'd say overall, even though there's some things missing from the game, there's still hours to be poured in just with the customization and creating things alone is going to take up your time in this game. Um, so I'd say the overall fan base of this game is totally happy and totally okay, even if there are some things missing in this game. So I think if you want to keep a happy audience and happy fan base, I would not directly go into paid DLC. I would keep it as free as possible. Like I said, especially because I feel like there's some things missing. Um, yeah, I think customization, adhere to the customization for those who can't. Add some more stamp features. I think the tools, the painting tools and stuff in the game are great. If you know how to use them, if you get more familiar with them, I think they're great. And I think stamps go a long way as well. And more buildings, more things to do. I think, that's the cool thing too with the seasons coming out. There's going to be more items coming through the seasons and things like that. So I think fireworks are coming in the summer update and things. Winter's going to bring snowmen and stuff like that. And that's the thing too that I would appreciate is some weather cycles. Like it's sunny every single day. Like you telling me you can't add rain? You telling me you can't add rain or thunderstorms? And imagine how much different the Mii's are going to react to certain weathers and stuff like that. Like I feel like that needs to be added, right? Is the only reason why they're not adding that is because they're worried about weather being synonymous with Animal Crossing? I think that'd be really, really silly. Like it cannot be hard to implement weather in the game. And like I think that adds replayability too, because it's like, oh, what weather is going to be on my island today? You know? And it's really weird too, because there's literally a weather forecast shown on the news tower, and it'll just show sunny every day. I don't know if that's supposed to be like a funny joke. Like I think it's a little bit funny, but at the same time, add weather, cloudy day, rainy day. Technically, since it's an island, snow probably wouldn't make sense, but I think it snowed in Animal Crossing, and that's an island game too. So, like, I understand no snow, but like rain at the very least, especially because it's an island. Like, islands, like places near bodies of water get rain like all the time. So, I think it'd be super, super cool to have rain in the game and let the Mii's swim. Let the Mii's swim. That's something that needs to be said too. The Mii should be able to swim. We should be allowed to make custom swimming pools in this game. That should be a thing. And adding different lands to the beach. Like if I want the lower floor of the beach, I want to be able to add different tiles on the beach. Like give me some wooden planks on the beach. I don't want everything to be, and maybe I'm just doing that wrong. Maybe I'm just a noob. But when you add a different tile, it'll just raise up straightly like a hill. It won't let you add to the lower beach section. So I think that should be something that needs to be added as well. But like I said, these are just kind of nitpicks. The game is great. I'm having a lot of fun with the game. I'm about to play this game as soon as I'm done making this video. Like I'm having a lot of fun with it. But at the same time, if you want people to keep enjoying it, and I don't want to say I'm completely fearful that, I'm going to stop playing the game soon because things are getting repetitive or boring. I don't necessarily think that, but I definitely think there's things that can be added to this game that are going to expand on it greatly and like make this game even better and even healthier. So that is my current thoughts on the Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream. Overall, fantastic game. Go get it if you haven't already. And there's probably a lot more features that I haven't thought of mentioning, but if I think about it, I will make a part 2. Let me know down below how you're enjoying this game. If you love it, if you like it, let me know if any of the ideas I had make sense. And I'll see you guys next time. Let's subscribe too. Let's subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe because I would love to hit 200 subs. And we're semi-close. We're semi-close. But all right. I love you guys. Peace out. Bye bye.